I was born and named Charlotte Emma Chain on the 12th of October 1996. I have been a vegetarian since I was 3. My favourite colour is yellow, and one day I want to be a veterinary technician. I have a lovely mum who has big curly hair and always has a smile on her face, and a dad who is a bit introverted, but he is always there when we need him. And I have 2 brothers, Watson, who has glasses, and Richard, who has long hair. Our first house was very small. I don't remember much about here except that there was a creek that had a lot of ducks in, and they used to come to our yard a lot. Our second house was really big. We did renovations including a conservatory sunroom and doing wallpaper and carpet. I liked this house the most. It really felt like home, which I haven't really felt since. I was a pretty good kid. I had a bob haircut, I had lots of friends at school, and I got along well with my teacher, and I got good marks. Next door to us was a boy who was a bit older than us. He used to play Pokemon cards with my brothers. He always intimidated me. Most of the time when he wasn't with my brother, he would come into my room and play his own sexually twisted games with me. Then we shifted to a small town called Lawrence. We did more renovations on a house there. It was really far away from the school and we had to walk, but that was okay. Our neighbours there had a very naughty horse who busted down our fences one day. He got angry when we tried to reconfine him and he started bucking. I was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time and I was kicked in the face. My parents became very unhappy and they argued a lot. Money had become a big issue and there was no love left in them, and they got divorced. I had trouble fitting in at school. I was so different from the other kids who were all born and raised on the farm. I was a really big target for bullying. There was a group of kids that followed me home from school and threw stones and rocks at me, and they would say some really mean things about me. After a couple of years, there was a new girl that moved into a house down the street from mine. Her name is Sasha. She was very nice to me and stood up to me when people were rude. She became my best friend and continues to be my best friend even now. One day we had a policeman come to school to talk to the kids about sexual abuse and what to do if you or someone you know has been through it. I had kept the feelings and memories suppressed, but it hit me then the reality of what happened with the neighbour boy when I was little. I became very depressed. I couldn't handle all of these awful memories coming back on top of the horrible things happening in school and my parents' divorce. One summer I went into my room and I pulled out a purple scarf and I tied it around my neck as tightly as I could in the hopes that it would end my life. At the time, it made sense. I can see now why it didn't work. I just had to deal with life as it came. When I started intermediate school, I had a teacher who did not like me at all. And I don't really understand why. She would tell the students to stay away from me and actively made an effort to make sure I didn't have any friends, which made me feel even more depressed. Once I did something very, very silly. I'm not really sure what came over me, but a classmate had a really nice coat. I didn't really have any nice clothes, and I stole it. When I got home, I realized there was a cell phone in the pocket. And I got in so much trouble. At school, my teacher and principal had lined up the class and told them that I had stolen someone's cell phone, which was a very, very shitty thing for them to do. It was nobody else's business except mine and the girl who I stole from, but now everyone knew. A few months after that, Sasha moved away and I was alone again. I went into the bathroom one day and on the walls saw my name in big red letters with lots of disgusting comments underneath saying things about me. The teacher collected in everybody's books to match up and see who wrote all of those things. She came back and even though she knew it was not true, she said that I had written all of those things myself because I wanted attention. I wanted to erase everything in my life. I grew my hair really long so it would cover up my face. I was being bullied more than ever. People would regularly go through my desk and bag to check that I wasn't stealing. They would throw my food into the bin. They would leave nasty notes and shout at me from across the room. I wanted to die. At the end of that school year, we had prize giving. I received an endorsement for the subjects that I was good at. As soon as the ceremony was over, I ran to my dad and told him to get me out of this stupid school, and he heard me. Over the summer, my dad left his job in Lawrence and we moved back to the city. I met a girl named Natasha, who was beautiful and kind and showed me nothing but acceptance. Because of her, I grew a lot of confidence and I was able to smile again. And I think I loved her. Unfortunately, she ended up moving away and I haven't seen her again since. Starting high school was really scary, but I was excited to meet a whole lot of new people who were also at a new school. I had cut my hair short and started wearing makeup. I had a lot of friends and settled in really well. I was in the top of the class and got along well with my teachers. Things were finally going good. I even got to have a few boyfriends, which was really strange because previously boys had been repulsed by me. But having someone like you was really nice. Despite all of that, there was still something missing, or not right. There was a darkness inside of me that kept growing bigger and bigger, and I didn't understand why. God didn't seem to be there for me. I often thought about death and ways that I could end my life. And in a desperate attempt to keep the friends I had, I started lying. I was so boring. I wanted to be more interesting so they would stay friends with me. It wasn't all about attention or trying to hurt anyone. I was just in such a bad state of mind that I thought I was doing the right thing. I started seeing a counselor to talk about my past issues and why I was behaving and feeling so bad. He helped me discover that I actually really like making people laugh, and he helped me get the courage to start making YouTube videos for my friends, as long as they were for my friends and being truthful and not about trying to get famous or attention. Because of my state of mind and all the lies I was telling, the relationship I was in at the time came to an end, and it ended very, very badly. I left my church and I left my school not long after that. There was a guy from church named Jevin, who at the time was actually more friends with my now ex than he was with me, but for some really strange reason he wanted to be there for me and make sure I was okay. Even though I was a huge, unbelievable, babbling mess, every day he came over to hang out and make sure I wasn't going to do anything stupid. And once I had done a bit of internal healing, Jevin and I ended up in a relationship together. Almost a year later, we found out that I was pregnant. We decided to go forward with having a family, and we moved into our own little flat. Our families were really surprised and a little bit mad at first, but they've all been really supportive. I was 16 and terrified, but on the 15th of June 2013, at 7:16 AM, after 23 hours of labour, our daughter Alethea was born, and she's beautiful. Alethea is now 2 years old, and she's done so much good for our family. She's given me a reason to get out of bed every morning. She's taught me what love really means. She's taught me how to be mature and nurturing, and she's played a huge role in my recovery. Now it's my role as a parent to make sure that she doesn't have to deal with the same crap that I did. I want her to be happy. Being a parent is hard, and running a household and family is hard. But when I look at how far we've all come, it doesn't really matter. We're together and we're happy, and that's what matters. Right now, I'm studying full time. I have almost finished my first year of veterinary school with the aspiration to become a vet tech in my mind. I really love all of the workload so far, even if it's information overload sometimes. I've learnt so much and have gained some really great experiences. For the most part now, I'm really happy. I wouldn't say that I've completely recovered from my mental health issues, but I've come light years and I have a better hold of my life, and for the most part I know how to handle tough situations now. I'm doing okay. I'm mothering and studying, and I make the occasional video. I'm a person who I like to be now, and I'm really excited to see where life takes me from here.